Map adjustments, character adjustments, and a crossover. Let's begin. Welcome back, guys. This week we're getting the EEB crossover, and yes, this is the second time in a row that I've pronounced it correctly. I'm very proud of myself. During this event, there's going to be a login and complete missions event, or whatever you want to call that, where you'll be able to receive 3 portraits themed around the skins, a graffiti, and an A-tier pet called Blue Dolls. The Blue Dolls pet is really, really cool. I might even use it myself and kind of attach it to characters that have matching kind of skins. If you complete matches, you'll be able to receive a portrait, they didn't really say which one, tokens, and by completing all of the missions, you'll be able to get one of the A-tier skins from this event for free. So you get to pick one of the 3 that exist. That's really cool though, because these skins are echoes only, meaning that you'll be able to get one of the echo only skins for free. This event will also have a public map event, but I don't really know what the public map is. I don't think they've really revealed anything about it, so that's really exciting. In this public map, you'll be able to explore the mysterious space and complete missions to get a crossover portrait. If you complete photo missions, that I'm assuming are photos within the public map, you'll be able to get 2 different furniture pieces, including the A-tier furniture piece Abyss of the Deep that looks like a tattered rug that I'm really interested in seeing what it looks like in the game, and an A-tier furniture piece called Red Eyes that is a wall portrait thing that you put on your wall that has a scary looking pink bunny with red eyes. I wonder what the effects are. They still haven't released them as of the recording of this video. And of course, since there's a crossover, there are some skins that are releasing and they're going to be in the store, including Journalist's A-tier skin Eeb, really nice looking skin, Ripper's A-tier skin Gary, I find it funny that we're calling Ripper Gary, I still don't know why, and Coordinator's A-tier skin called Mary. I think Mary might be my favorite skin of this crossover. It's quite nice. These skins are for echoes only, but they will be discounted for the first week by 15%, so that's quite nice. Also in the store, you'll be able to find 2 furniture pieces, including the A-tier furniture piece Reserved Seat, that's a cool looking sofa or couch as some people say, and an A-tier furniture piece called Porcupus that is similar to the kind of previously mentioned Red Eyes wall portrait, but it's just a cat octopus. I don't know. Both of these furniture pieces are going to be for echoes only and discounted to 950 echoes, I'm assuming for the first week. Something strange that we're getting this week, and I don't know if they've even given us many details about it. At least I couldn't find them in any of my notes anywhere. We're getting the NPC Affection System. Unless they delay it, you'll be able to build bonds with your favorite NPCs and get rewards, whatever that really means. If anyone has any more details on this, I'll go and pin your comment down in the comments below if I see it, because I don't really know. I don't really know if I want this feature in the first place. If you do this NPC Affection System thing, you'll be able to get emotes, portraits, frames, and graffiti themed around novelist, ento, and prospector, so entomologist. That's about all that I know that we're getting this week. We might get some more stuff, of course, as NetEase does like to kind of drop things on us without telling us. So let's get into talking about what we're getting from the future. We have a lot of things to talk about here. One of the most important things to talk about is the new Hunter Peddler's ability. So last week they revealed the character's abilities and she's got some really cool abilities. I reacted live to it. This Hunter's abilities blew me away. I know a lot of people are worried about it, but that's fine. You can have your own opinions. Let's just talk about what the character can do. Her only external trait is Gifted Merchant. Gifted Merchant means that she can affect map elements to charge her abilities. Then she gets 2 charges per element. She has 3 elements in total: nature, mineral, and metal. Once she has these different elements, she's then able to use other abilities by consuming a charge. Her main ability is Petty Gains, where she can absorb map objects around her with a reduced movement speed whilst doing so. If she absorbs nature being the ground, so anything on the ground, she can select an area and create a patch of corrupted ground after doing the absorption animation. If a survivor touches the corrupted ground, once it's done, they get trapped by some vines. This will give Peddler a charge of nature. Next, we have mineral, that is basically anything that is vertical, a wall or an item on the map. She can create a pathway through solid wall objects after using her absorption ability, after going through the absorption animation, and she can then walk through these passageways. The door exists for quite some time, and this will give her a mineral charge. And last one is metal, so this will be anything that is a cipher machine chest or anything like that. She can block cipher machines, chests, consoles, cabinets, and rocket chairs for a period of time. Absorbing this will give her a metal charge. So yeah, this means that she can stop things from being decoded, and rocket chairs, I'm assuming just so she can kind of absorb this mineral while she's in a chase. I can imagine that was quite difficult to understand. I hope the example that I'm showing on the screen right now kind of helps you overall. But yeah, let's talk about her ability Nature Affinity. This means that she's able to use her charges that she's just built up from absorbing to do different things. By using a nature charge, she can create a vine that latches onto a survivor. She kind of goes into first person or technically third person through the vine, so she kind of controls the vine and wherever it goes. survivors, and she can latch onto a wall or a survivor or something like that. Then she's able to pull herself, her main body, towards the attached item. It kind of follows the track of the vine. It's quite cool. If she uses a mineral charge, she can create a short earthquake area in front of her or wherever she targets, I think. And if a survivor is hit by the initial burst, they will take a chip hit. I think it's a chip hit. The area will also exist on the ground for some period of time, and if a survivor steps on it or touches it, it will slow down their decoding, and it will also slow down their interaction speed. And then we've also got metal. So if she uses a metal charge, she surrounds herself with gems that reduce pushback, so anything like Batter's Ball, control effects like stuns, and also slow effects for a period of time. It also increases her movement speed and attack range drastically, enough that her hitbox looks very, very similar to Wu Chang's. So those are all her base tier abilities. Her first presence ability is called Steady Profit. This increases the range of her absorption. She can only kind of absorb from a certain range, so this means that she can reach further. And then her full presence ability is Tremendous Wealth, that shortens the cooldown of her absorption ability. It looks like it does have a decently long cooldown, so yeah. She's a really, really exciting character overall, and I really loved watching her video live. I was like in shock whilst watching it. Is she broken? I don't know. I talked a little bit in the stream if I thought she was broken or not, but again, people are testing her, I think right now in the test server as of the recording of this video. You guys will get a better feel for what she's like. As for some other things that we're getting, we know that we're getting some character adjustments in the future. I believe they are not in the test server yet, as when I logged in, I couldn't really see them. I've had to read through a translation done by Sawmain on Reddit. Hopefully I've put the link on the screen, or at least down in the comments or somewhere. And this was translated from a person called Maury Identity on X, so Twitter. There are way too many adjustments for me to talk about in this video. There are like a ton of characters getting changes, so I'll go through which ones are getting buffs and nerfs, and maybe I'll quickly touch on some of them, so let's go through them right now. The list of changes are as follows. Hullabaloo is getting a nerf. Basically, his abilities are getting adjusted. Goatman is also getting a nerf to some of his numbers. Lizard is getting a small buff to his attacks. Berk is getting a small improvement. Fool's Gold is getting a buff to his timings and how his abilities and cooldowns work. Smiley Face is getting an interesting buff where they're adjusting how a stun can interact with his equipment things that he puts on his rockets. Undead is getting a buff. I'm very excited about this. Some really cool things there. I'm looking forward to playing with him. Soul Weaver is getting a buff. I can't remember what she was getting, but she is getting something. Wu Chang is getting a lot of different changes, basically giving Blackguard Wu Chang a lot more. So a lot of changes to his hitbox and stuff like that. Guard 26 is probably the most drastic here that I can think of. Guard 26 is getting an entire new ability and also a buff. And the ability is crazy. He's able to put bombs on top of chairs to increase the progress of the chair. So yeah, I think this is going to be crazy. They might not even add it. It looks kind of broken, but I don't really understand exactly how it works. I've only seen a couple of clips. Gamekeeper is getting a buff, kind of a small one. Breaking Wheel is getting a buff as well. Quite a few changes to his traps. They seem to want to make his traps a little bit better. Seer is getting a small improvement. Little Girl is getting a buff. Patient is getting a small improvement and buff. Cowboy is getting a small improvement. Magician is getting quite a considerable buff to how his kind of wand works. Embalmer is getting a buff, meaning that things can't interact with him too well when he's kind of just revived someone or revived himself. I can't remember which way around it is. Explorer is getting a buff. Lucky Guy is getting some buffs to his luck and how kind of getting an item works. Mind's Eye is getting a buff. I think she was getting quite a few, but I can't remember correctly. Entomologist is getting a buff, and I'm not too sure if I like that. Entomologist already feels quite annoying to go against, so this is going to make her more annoying. That's my personal opinion. And Gravekeeper is getting yet another buff. He's had quite a few changes recently as well, a lot of them just making him stronger. If you want to see all the changes, as I said, there should be a link to talk about that. They've also announced that there are some map adjustments coming at some point to the test server. These might not be added to the game, I remind you. I have a link that you guys can go through to see all of the images of what people have taken. This is from Owain Dusk on Reddit. They've made a short little kind of summary here. They've made some changes to Arms Factory where they've removed some barrels in Factory Corner. They've opened up a wall in the Factory Ruins area near one of the exit gates and a few other things as well. Sacred Heart has had a change where they've removed some objects and shortened a wall area in Ruins. They've kind of shortened a lot of walls in some maps. It's quite interesting. They did a lot of changes to Lakeside Village, including a decreased amount of corn in Cornfield that I think is a great touch because it's a little difficult to track survivors there sometimes. They've added quite a few different pallets and walls in different areas. They've added a wall and window area near the Cornfield exit gate. That's quite a dramatic change, I think. They've added a pallet and obstacle to the small boat walls area. They've added like a little shack building wall thing near one of the beaches, and a couple of other changes as well. Moonlit River Park is that they've added some more pallets to different areas, such as the T-wall kind of window area that's against one of the side walls. They've added a whole wall there and a new pallet. Really, really cool. They've opened up the doors to the back entrance to the fun house or the haunted house, so that means that you can't just stand there to block people from coming through. Darkwoods, they've made a change in the pallet in the campsite corner, and they've got rid of, as far as I can tell, an Easter egg for the Dream Witch thing. That's a bit of a shame. They've removed a window and replaced it with a pallet in the Hunter's Shack or Gamekeeper's Shack as well. So yeah, that's quite cool. You can go and see all of those changes. I believe that people have done live streams doing it. Some more news, they've given us some more details about Prospector's Truth and Inference package. That's the 7th anniversary limited edition gift box, Gambler in the Spotlight. Yes, it has a really, really long name. I never purchased any of these things, but so I'm not completely sure on how this all works. I've never even seen one of the box openings before. So what we do know is there is going to be an 80th skin called Dazzling Lone Wolf for Prospector. It's an interesting looking skin. It definitely has a lot of details added to the skin, although I'm not a big fan overall. I think it's quite nice, but just not something I would want to use. It has a really fun skin showcase in the game itself, and it looks like kind of has effects around it of golden coins that kind of fall from the sky. This package is also going to include an S tier accessory called Dazzling Glory that creates glowing orange and purple blue footprints. I really don't know how to describe what the effects are for this one. Behind him whenever he's walking, it gives him vaulting animations and text that appears around him. It changes his magnet aiming assist thing, the little kind of arc thing so you can know where you're landing it. It changes what the magnets look like, and they look really, really cool whenever he throws them. It has a whole kind of showy effect and thing. And of course, it has stun effects as well and all sorts. It has a ton of great effects for an S tier. This package also has a B tier pet called Mario. It's a funny dog wearing a golden chain and sunglasses. The video also seems to show a fancy dancing emote. I don't really know if this is kind of an emote that you get in the package or if it's part of the skin itself, but it's interesting because it has kind of like survivors that are like cheering him on, like ghostly survivors. It's very weird. As for the package itself, there are going to be multiple different editions, including the collector's edition that seems to contain the in-game content, such as the skin, the accessory, and all that lot, plus a figurine, comic, artwork, badge set, and an album. And there's also the premium edition that contains in-game content, the same ones we just talked about, metal badges, different ones, a spotlight ticket stub set, beach-themed keychains, and even more. And then there's also going to be the Desktop Invasion series that I don't know what that is. So yeah. The pre-order for this package will be on April 28th through nettystore.com. If you don't purchase the gift box but still want to purchase the skin and the accessory and even the pet, all of these will be available in the store for 2,618 echoes. I'm not sure if it's a package or separately, I can't remember. I just saw that number between April 2nd, 2026. So you need to wait until next year if you want to purchase it from the in-game store. As for some reminders, we know that there's going to be a deduction star voting event starting April 24th. So it's the same day that we're getting Peddler added to the game, so that's exciting. And I also wanted to remind you that currently they've got a Koa tournament going on. So yeah, make sure you go and watch those if you really love competitive Identity 5. If you haven't already, make sure to watch the video that's on the screen right there because YouTube thinks that you will like it.